Hello, I'm the dumbass. I get fucked so you don't have to. So if you don't know me, hi, my name's Kinda Drake. I go by Nathan Wilson as well. I do voice acting on a semi-professional level. I like doing it. It's fun. It's nice. The community can be supportive. Today I want to talk about a specific company because I don't want it to happen to anybody else, because it's bad enough that it happened to me. So if I can prevent one of you from falling from the same thing, that would be wonderful. For a very long time, I've wanted a professional booth. I still do, and we'll get to there, why I don't have one yet. Obviously, I want the last factor for my performance to be down to me. I don't want it to be dependent on my equipment. I don't want it to be down to there being noise in the background. I want the reason I wasn't picked solely on how I act. So obviously, if I can eliminate those factors by getting the best equipment that I can get on my hands, that would be optimal. I was working a fairly stressful job, saving up a lot of money, and after I accrued a safe enough amount to where, I can make a big purchase, I decided to invest in a professional booth. But actually, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. On April 16th of last year, I had a solo session with Sarah Nightingale, a very successful and prolific voice performer in their field. I was lucky enough to have a fairly successful one-on-one session with them. Basically, I need to do a lot more work on my website. I'm still chipping away at it, and that was a year ago. But ultimately, when it came down to asking about the booth, Sarah actually recommended a couple of US brands that the ones that I saw I wasn't too confident in. Sometimes they don't list how they treat the booth, so it's like I'd get the booth, but then it's like not properly sound. Basically, it didn't meet all the requirements that I wanted. I looked into the booth Sarah had on their website, and I saw a beautiful 1.5 meter by 1.5 meter booth by SessionBooth UK. This is our antagonist of today's story. I do have a script onto the side, and just for the sake of accuracy, I'm going to read directly from the script, so please see that I'm not looking at the camera. Trusting in this previous legitimacy of the brand, I placed an order through the website of SessionBooth UK on April 30th for £5,440, which at the time equated to $7,385.89 in US currency. It's a lot of money. When I placed the order, I was sent an email for confirmation that I had placed the order, but never an email confirming my wire went through, because this was an international payment. So I naturally had to go through my bank and tell them, hey, I'm sending this sum of money. And they're like, okay, you getting scammed? I'm like, no. On May 13th, I called the service line of SessionBooth UK, listed on their website, with someone on the other end. I was told by this individual that a higher-up would contact me later that day to confirm my purchase. To this day, I have never made contact with anyone from that company since. I do mean anyone. Even, like, a robot. Nothing from the company. I'm a pretty patient guy. I'm a pretty patient guy. I can wait a damn long time for a product or for something to get through. Like if I bought a t-shirt and the t-shirt's taken a while to get, and it's like I trust that it's gonna get to me eventually. I'm fine waiting. I'm fine trusting. But maybe I'm a gullible cunt. But I had placed this order on the 30th of April after receiving no form of contact. By August 1st, I decided on that date to send an email to the company asking for a confirmation of the purchase. To this day, I've not, again, like nothing. It's just nothing. Not even an email. Like, no phone call, no email, no nothing. And they had my number. On August 11th, 10 days after the initial email, I reached out to Sarah asking if they knew anything about the situation, and Sarah told me the following. Again, I'm going to be reading directly from the script so that I do not misquote Sarah. Hi, Nathan. Thanks for reaching out about that. I'm sorry you're going through that, and I've heard SessionBooth are in some deep shit about that at the moment. Loads of people have been complaining about major delays. Mine was about 14 to 16 weeks to get it, and that was before the issues. Last I saw, they did an update on their Facebook page about the owner being sick, and they're slowly catching up with orders. I'm really not impressed with how they handled this. I was going to buy their biggest booth eventually, but I'm not feeling too confident about it at the moment. Maybe give them a few years to get their act together. At which point, I was given this link to the Facebook post. And here we will verbatim talk about the Facebook post if I don't have it on screen at the moment. Important notice. We have recently become aware our phone line has had a technical fault alongside some staff shortages, which has resulted in a massive breakdown in communication with some of our customers. Our business owner and manager, Thomas, has unfortunately been away from the office due to health reasons. Thankfully, Thomas returns to the office on Monday and will be personally phoning all our clients awaiting details regarding booth orders. We are extremely saddened to learn so many customers have been waiting so long for order updates and have experienced little to no communication in recent weeks. Our factory is still producing and delivering booths at a reduced capacity to usual, and all outstanding issues will be resolved this week, commencing the 23rd of June 2025. We'll get to the math later. We do have many booths ready for shipment. Sincere apologies to all our customers for the lack of response. As a small family-run business, we've had no access to the email and phone system since Thomas's absence. A new office manager was employed to resolve this issue, but unfortunately decided to leave the company soon after joining. We completely understand a breakdown in communication will result in trust issues, and we are committed to ensuring every individual customer will be called this Monday. Please bear with us, I'm trying, as this will be a joint family effort to ensure all communication is restored, and we will help Thomas to ensure the business remains on track. This is their only Facebook post since. Nothing else. Just nothing. Just nothing. Sarah continues and ends the email with the following. I will directly quote again. I've stopped recommending them to people and have been issuing warnings due to this. I really hope you get your booth soon. They really are fantastic quality, even if the customer service is shocking, especially the delays. So, let's do the math. That Facebook post was posted on June 20th. They said, let me pull it up again, resolving the issues commencing on the week of June 23rd. I tried contacting on August 1st. That's a clean month, and I don't even have to calculate in my head. That's a clean month of nothing. And at some point, I don't know when, but I'm like, you know what? Let me give them a call again. Yeah, so actually, I double-checked my phone. Not only did I email them on August 1st, I also tried calling them on August 1st to learn that their phone line was still down, as I thought would be resolved, as mentioned in the Facebook post. Now, on a personal note, I'm still holding out hope. They have clearly delivered product, otherwise, Sir would not have put it on their website, nor would, there be proof of product. I saw the product. There's no reason for it to be a scam. But sometimes things don't make sense. In a Discord call with some of my friends, while I'm still patiently waiting for my booth, they ask, what's the status on it? I'm still haven't heard anything, but I'm still holding out hope. And on a whim, they just did a rough Google search for the company itself. I find that both, because this is for some reason under 2 trademarks, SessionBooth and Session Group Limited, both limited, are owned by the same Thomas, and we'll get to Thomas, this wonderful Thomas, and I'm pretty sure our Bowser to my Mario. Wahoo! With these screenshots on screen, hopefully, and I'll get to it. Session Group Limited, company number 129-58252, registered at the office of A1B Penny Gilliam Way, Penny Gilliam Industrial Estate, Launceston, England, PL15 7ED. That is the same exact address as SessionBooth Limited. SessionBooth Limited was incorporated on January 18th of 2021. Session Group Limited was incorporated on October 19th of 2020. SessionBooth Limited dissolved in June 2023. June 27th of 2023. And yet the website was still up and you could place orders. The last accounts made up to January 31st of 2022. The first Gazette notice, I don't know what that means legally. I'm a voice actor. No brain up here. The first Gazette notice for compulsory strike-off was April 5th of 2022, and a confirmation statement made on January 17th. A confirmation statement made on January 17th of 2022 with no updates was made the following day. The day after that, there's a compulsory strike-off action, which was discontinued. On October 28th of 2022, accounts for a dormant company made up to the 31st of January 2022. On April 11th of 2023, the first Gazette notice for compulsory strike-off, and on June 27th of 2023, the final Gazette dissolved via compulsory strike-off. I'm assuming that means they weren't doing paperwork, and just by not responding, they were dissolved, because as of June 27th of 2023, they are officially dissolved. Now, this is SessionBooth Limited. If we go to Session Group Limited, they're still not dissolved? Somehow? Accounts are overdue. Confirmation statements are overdue. The last accounts made up to October 31st of 2023. The next accounts made up to October 31st of 2024. And they were due July 31st, 2025. Weird how that lines up. The last statement dated January 26th of 2025. Next statement date January 26th of 2026. Due by February 9th of 2026. And here's where we get to the nitty-gritty. Again, I still don't know what any of this means legally. I just know that this is shady as fuck. October 19th, 2020. Incorporation Model Articles adopted. Statement of Capital on 2020 of, I'm assuming the 19th of October, GBP2. That means nothing to me. This means fucking nothing to me. On January 29th of 2021, they were registered as a different office address. They changed from the Forge Church Road, Lan Yvette Bodman, PL35EZ, England, to the current address listed on the 29th of January 2021. Cessation, whatever the fuck that means, of Benjamin James Gallacher as a person with significant control on the 29th of January 2021. And on the same day, a termination of appointment of Benjamin James Gallacher as a director on January 29th, 2021. November 3rd, 2021, confirmation statements made on October 18th of 2021 with updates. Then in January 26th, 2022, confirmation statement made on January 26, 2022, with no updates. On August 7th of 2022, micro company accounts made up to October 31st of 2021. On January 31st in 2023, confirmation statement made on January 26, 2023, again with no updates. August 2nd, 2023, micro company accounts made up, wait, am I rereading? No, I'm not rereading, made up to October 31st, 2022. On February 3rd, 2024, confirmation statement made on January 26, 2024 with no updates. September 9th of 2024, micro company accounts made up to the October 31st, 2023. I don't know why I put the there. I'm just going to keep it in at this point. March 4th, 2025, confirmation statement made on January 26, 2025 with no updates. Are you seeing a pattern here? And finally, on September 30th of 2025, the first Gazette notice for compulsory strike-off was filed. On October 4th of 2025, compulsory strike-off action has been suspended. And that is the last update of this current company. Just a permanent suspension for whatever reason. Again, I don't know the legal of this. I don't know the legal of fucking anything. I'm not fucking CoffeeZilla. I just know that, basically, I'm fucked. And hopefully, you aren't. So, to Mr. Thomas Peter Lewis Ellis, as is listed on both limited companies, we, because I'm not the only person affected, we, and all the other people that have replied in the Facebook and other socials that may or may not know that may or may not exist anymore, would like something, a response, anything. But instead we are left in the dark, lost thousands of dollars, I'm sure, each of us, with no real way to legally attack. And let me address that, because obviously there's international crime. There's got to be a way to report this, so I did. On November 28th, I placed an inquiry about my situation to the National Business Crime Center, who advised I make a report through the Action Fraud website. Action Fraud got back to me on December 3rd to tell me that I had insufficient lines of inquiry and was not even reviewed by the staff. There's just a point of sunk cost fallacy that you give up. For me, it's just not worth it. It's not. I feel like if I keep pushing, nothing will happen. There's just no point in pushing this issue further. The most I can do is alert to you, because as we can see, the website is still up. No, it's not. No, it's not. So this video is fucking pointless. You just watched a grown man bitch and moan with the pretext of warning you, but that company basically no longer exists. Initially, when I was making this video, because this was in the works for a while, just idea-wise of where to phrase this when I had time and when I had the space to. And at some point, the website just got shut down, which obviously is the only way you can place an order. So thankfully, you can no longer place an order to SessionBooth. However, those already affected that have placed orders and are left in the dark, I'm assuming will be left in the dark permanently. I don't know if this video gets traction. I doubt it will. This is just something of a forewarning. And to be quite honest, I'm not really sure how you can see warning signs other than doing research ahead of time. So if you're a voice actor, what to do to prevent something like a situation like this happening, I guess do your research. I don't know if I'm just extra gullible, but I didn't think to check to see if the accounts were up to date on this company that in the past had shown that they can deliver product. Although I guess I could have done a cursory glance on Facebook, but I don't use Facebook. So again, why am I going to bother when there's a company that I hear is good, that I see is good, and then is not good all of a sudden? So I guess this cautionary tale, I don't know what to place as the lesson other than don't be gullible like me. Don't be me. I don't want to be me. I wake up and I don't want to be me. But to close this up, as I'm like left raking my thoughts to try and formulate some form of leaf pile of thought, it just sucks. It sucks. Not just for me, but of course for everyone else. For however much we poured into these booths or accessories or what have you, to just get nothing, to get left in the dust, it just sucks. And again, as far as legal goes, maybe I just went about it wrong, but I provided all the details that I could, including the routing number, the company numbers on the gov.uk. This is on their website. This is on the government official website, so they can look back and see the erroneous actions of Session Group and SessionBooth. But whether it gets viewed by a human or not, I can't control. But yeah, that's all I have to bitch about. Thank you for listening to me ramble. And Thomas Peter Lewis Ellis, I'm gonna haunt you to the grave and back. I'm hellbound, and I'm gonna crawl my way and shackle my hands around your ankles, you piece of shit.